taking a break from extraction shooters to immerse myself into a proper gaming experience. And I believe you should too, which is why I'm doing this video. This feels like a 8.5 out of 10, and I highly and warmly recommend you Bye Sweet Carole. The follow-up is a non-spoiler, simple gameplay footage and my honest review of this game. I strongly suggest you avoid full walkthroughs or playthroughs on YouTube simply because the game hides a few clever plot twists which deserve to surprise you. The game is also not that long, so if you watch long playthroughs, well, you're spoiling the entire game basically. I highly recommend this video game to children between the age of 7 and 84. So if you do have a kid in a family, it's safe, I believe. I mean, there's a lot of crazy ass stuff gaming out there. Don't be fooled that this is a horror quote unquote game because it's not that scary, but it is a more healthier type of gaming that any grindy MMO can offer. There is truth to that. It's not just safe, quote unquote, it's also wholesome. Bye Sweet Carole is the kind of game that reminds you that gaming can be healthy when it's done with creativity, restraint, and purpose. Beautiful audio immersion, challenges that make you think, layered storytelling that reads like a good novel, and of course, visuals that perfectly complete its haunting atmosphere and blend fantastically with the audio. I mean, this is a very good package, and it leads for a healthy gaming experience. In my Google News feed, I often see journalists come up with titles like "Gaming is healthy," but it's hard to believe when I've been gaming for 20 years and not all of it has been healthy. And as you scroll through what's trending actually on Steam these days, you would feel a bit on the disappointing side. Healthy gaming means moderation, first of all, quality over quantity, and this is where Bye Sweet Carole does not overstay its welcome, and it definitely delivers. So if you haven't played anything in a while or just need a break from the grinding farmy type of gaming, dodging, parrying bosses all day long, Bye Sweet Carole is a deeply satisfying reset button. I honestly play around between 20 and 30 games a year, and I see the same pattern over and over. From Stellar Blade to any Souls-like combat style, oversexed protagonist, AI limit, you name it, to any extraction shooter that's trending on the list. Basically, if I'm not dodging or parrying or shooting bad guys and monsters, I'm not really gaming. And then here we are, once in a while, something different shows up. Here, instead of another 3D survival horror, Bye Sweet Carole gives us a horror-flavored 2D platformer filled with some puzzles, some secrets, and a bit of danger. It's wrapped in a hand-drawn style straight out of an early Disney classic movie like House of the Mouse. Brings back that type of aesthetic, but with a dark fairy tale twist. Granted, this tends to be on the scary side, but I've never felt scared. The atmosphere was still pleasant, and this is not by any means a horror game. If it was horror, I would not have been playing it. That's another one of the reasons why I really like this game. The world design, as you can see, it's gorgeous. Detailed to the point where you wish you could step into the background, even though that's not possible, but you are definitely often limited to a single plane, which works fine, though it makes you long to explore even more. Gameplay. Well, it's basically a series of gigantic escape rooms set mostly in Bonnie Hall, a creepy orphanage that shifts across timelines and even realities. No spoilers. One moment you are in the present and the next you're in a twisted fantasy version of it filled with eerie creatures, but still keeping it friendly to the eye. Controls though. Oof. They could use refinement. As you can see from the gameplay, I played this part on keyboard and mouse, but I immediately switched to the controller. Things did not improve. Climbing stairs requires pixel perfect timing, and movement can feel sluggish. Also, when you're trying to balance your character, it feels like it was supposed to be done with finesse depending how much you wiggle the controller, but no, even on keyboard or on controller, it's either completely left or completely right. The controls need to be slightly polished. You cannot change direction in mid action, which kind of sucks, and it feels like there should have been that option, and it can get a bit frustrating. It will lead to you dying. Some go for interaction prompts. You need to fully stop the character before the game registers the prompt. Again, it's not a triple A sensation. It feels a bit indie like, and it polished way. The control scheme wanted to be more precise than it probably actually turned out to be, and this is a minus. Voice acting. Well, you're not going to notice it, and by the time you do notice it, 5-6 hours go by and you probably finish the video game. But the voice acting could have been a bit better. It doesn't quite match the game's stunning visual and very rich sound design. It's not on par. The dialogue sync is off as well. Forgettable in a hand-drawn 2D world, but it is noticeable when the voice does not match the lip sync, and it was a bit frustrating, and I didn't like it. I noticed it, but it's like a minor thing. You probably won't notice it. Nothing here actually broke my immersion, and I was definitely hooked for the entire duration. At nearly 8 hours to complete this, even though I saw on YouTube that people were finishing it in 5 hours and a half, I died more times than I should have, and I was struggling with some puzzles. But you know, it kept me hooked for the entire time, and it never overstayed its welcome. Hand-drawn animation, it's always a plus, and it's so pleasing to the eye. I just had to keep on playing it. An incredible audio score, it really is, and I see other individuals praising it as well. It blends perfectly with the visual. If you do find something similar, please do let us all know in the comment section. We would love to hear about it. Yes, the controls, once again, they need work. Voice acting could have been a bit better, and quality of life updates will probably fix most of any of these performance issues. The game did crash on me a couple of times. In one or probably 2 updates, Bye Sweet Carole is absolutely gonna be like one of those great video games. Just give it some time or pick it up right now. Nothing will ruin your immersion. Even if the game crashes, maybe it happens once or twice, it's still gonna be worth it. This is something rare, which is again why I'm doing this video. I play a lot of video games. Beautifully crafted, it just reminds you that games don't always need to be massive or brutally hard like any Souls for them to be memorable. Sometimes they just need to feel right.